Well, you know the deal. We have enough for pity, so I might as well.
Excuse me, where is this place? Oh, you mean put my hands on this? Alright, done. You mean it's an arcane skill? An arcane skill makes me speak your language and you speak mine? I think I've heard it before. When and where exactly?
Well, I was expecting us to hit hard pity, but that is acceptable. What is even in the store? Ah, another Yenisei. You know, I'll be sure to check that later.
Huh?
In any case, I am finally free. Finally free to resume, except I'm not excited to resume because, as you can see, we're already in chapter 10 and we barely just met Jiu Nangsi, and yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's like Horrorpedia's event, for how much flack I gave it, it was one of the faster events because, you know, we didn't have to go through 10 chapters to introduce characters. The characters were already there, introduced, and Vertin and Soneto kind of just speeded it up, you know. Not far away, Nangzi can be seen stopping near the post where the animals were tied, vaguely moving as if whispering something to them.
Can you understand me? Can you tell me where you are from? Hello.
Why does Yenisei sound different? Yenisei waits for a moment before walking forward and attempting to pat her shoulder. The girl turns around to reveal her young and eager face.
What's wrong? I don't know you. Have we met before?
I don't think so. We just arrived here.
Really? Oh, welcome to Pay City!
Yenisei cannot help but hold her eyes on the bubbled hemp rope the girl is holding in her hand, and the many animals now tied at the end of it. Nangzi blinks, then blinks again as though realizing what the other girl is staring at. A blush quickly rises to her cheeks like two sunset clouds.
Oh, you were on the street, weren't you? I am so sorry. I didn't mean to make such a scene there. I promise it was just an accident.
I can imagine. You reacted quickly and saved us from more trouble.
No. It was my responsibility. And the people on the street also gave me a hand there. How can I help you? Please, feel free to let me know.
She seems to be warm-hearted. She seems to be a warm-hearted type.
Here is the case. The people call you Junangzi. And
Junangzi.
you work in the Jisi, right? Li Zhang told us to find you, and we happened to hear your conversation on the street. So, did the Featherman come here today?
Featherman? You mean the Xiangwei out of the city? I heard that he had been here. As for today, I have no idea.
What about the animals in the fence? Any new ones?
I'm not sure about that either. When I arrived at the Jutsu this morning, there were already many festive animals in the fence. They're getting more and more. How weird is that?
Nangzi mutters inaudibly before turning around, pointing out the culprits who caused her so much trouble earlier with her index finger. Yenisei inspects the creatures briefly but doesn't seem to notice any difference. It seems to be a show for common livestock, where various cattle, sheep, and horses might compete to show their worth.
See? They all look alike. I can't tell which of them were brought here today. Counting is troublesome as well. I always think, where am I? If only I could read and write. You write them down, then you won't miscount.
Our teammates have been turned into striped horses, like these. Actually, we are a team of merchants. When we reached the outskirts of the city, our teammates were turned into horses and brought away by a giant bird. Li Zhang said that bird was probably the Featherman they've been looking for, and he appeared around the Jisi once. That's why we are here to ask for help.
They're not horses, I suppose.
Nangzi seems hesitant to say anything further.
But how is that possible? Are you saying that the Featherman can turn people into horses? I don't understand. How did he get this power? Is it because he is the Xiangwei?
Upon hearing the word Shangri again, Besmert's interest is immediately captured.
We've also heard about the Shouri from the storyteller. It does sound like some kind of local guardian.
Guardian? Is it the gods of Shouri we're talking about?
Oh yes, the gods of Shouri. These are the gods you serve. I guess Shouri is closer to a local legend, like a reputed arcanist in this area. The use of arcane skills seems common here. Perhaps, could you please tell us more about the gods of Shouri?
There are 12 or 13 of them, I guess. That's all I know. I can't read most of their names.
Nice. So if I ask you who do you worship, you wouldn't even be able to answer that question. Thank you, Jiu Nangzi. Again, this is why I'm not excited to play this event. Like, hello? Can we proceed with the story, maybe?
Oh, but I know this year is the year of Zhishu. We will bring lots of festive animals to the Broken Bridge to worship it. The Fortune Walk and Bridge Leap are the most fun parts. We go to the Broken Bridge on the cliff with the animals, count our steps, and swing our bodies, like dancing. And at last, we will try to jump over it.
Jump over a broken bridge on the cliff? It sounds dangerous and quite familiar.
Besmert knows exactly what Yenisei is hinting at. The familiar rule of ask and acquire resurfaces in their minds, but no one attempts to ask it out loud. So that, Jiu Nangzi's explanation interrupts their thoughts with perfect timing.
No. We can't do that. No one has ever done that. Even the goats can't do that. Let alone humans. We'll also cast arcane skills as safety measures to protect anyone from falling. The valley is deep down there. Once you fall down, you're not coming back.
Intriguing. And who's in charge of the safety measures, may I ask?
The staff in the Jutsu. It's the place to manage arcane affairs in the Pei City, but not me. I'm new here, filling in for the former Julie after she went back to her hometown. They told me to take care of Jutsu for a couple of days. That's good enough for me.
Her eagerness to be able to help is clear.
So, simply put, you're a doorkeeper?
The barb of her conclusion makes Jiu Nangzi fluster into a red blush.
I'm not just keeping the door safe. I do stuff too. Take good care of those startled by the firecrackers. There is a kind of firecracker enhanced by arcane skill. They can make a huge sound. Much more louder than what you heard in the tea house.
Please forgive her. She didn't mean to hurt your feelings. We speak bluntly in the north.
Oh, it's alright. I can tell she's a bit anxious, but it's not getting us anywhere. Like, pigs can't learn how to climb in a day. Or, let's think another way. Can you recognize your teammates from these horses? Let me see. There are 1, 2, 3 striped horses. Come see for yourself.
I can't. There was little time for me to memorize the difference. Besides, even if they are my teammates, 2 of them are still missing.
More than 3 teammates? When 3 plus 2...
You can't count to 5. No way, right? Jiu Nangzi counts out to the numbers on her fingers, calculating with great care.
How about we wait and see what Li Zhong has found out? That's right, child. Didn't Li Zhong leave us with a letter?
Oh right, I almost forgot. Please read this, Miss Junangse.
But she can't
We
read.
have clues about the Featherman.
But she can't read. She produces the letter, offering it to the girl. Jiu Nangzi opens it in front of them without a moment's hesitation, but all Yenisei can see on it are several images. Okay, makes sense. If it was text, she would not understand.
Make the fence taller, get off work earlier, and go back to the tavern? What is he trying to say? What do these have to do with the Featherman?
Jiu Nangzi mutters to herself as she stares at the pictures on the letter. Before frowning and smoothing it out, she clumsily folds it and clips it to her waist.
Well, don't worry. I'll pay close attention to the new horses for you. If there's any really good news, I'll ask Li Zheng to tell you.
You're so kind. But we just got here and haven't decided where to stay for the night. How are we going to keep Li Zheng informed once we find a place to rest?
Oh, I see.
An answer leaps to her mind, bursting through and out at the same time.
How about staying in my tavern? I forgot to tell you that I'm the owner of a tavern. And I'm doing it well.
She laughs as though just the saying of it might render it true.
It is located in the merchant's hub, 2 streets away from the Zhici. Li Zheng will know your whereabouts since he's in charge of the hub. Oh, I'll take you back to the tavern. Also, escort these animals back to the Zhici. You can check out other animals there as well.
Good idea.
That'd be great. Saves us from all the trouble sleeping on the street.
Let's go then. Oh, the street looks beautiful later in the night. You can't miss the golden lanterns and bonfires lit on Dushuo Festival. They light up the sky and the street as if it's daytime. Everything seems brighter at night.
And that's the end of the chapter. Wow, we achieved a total of nothing! Nothing! Oh man. Night talk. We all walk and talk. We all have hair and eyes. I mean, hair and eyes. We are not so different from each other. Yeah, humans arcanists or horses and arcanists. Night talk. Man, I'm excited for Zima's thing. The anecdote. A breathtaking number of animals lie within the Zhichi, a fact that only hinders their efforts to find their companions. After weighing their options, they decide to follow Jiu Nangzi and settle in at the tavern first. The weary travelers are more than eager to relieve their fatigue after journeying non-stop for so long. And they've more than just earned it, because strange things have indeed happened to them non-stop for several days. Yeah, thanks for the narration that means nothing. You could have just started with us at the yard.
Madam.
Yeah, you could have started here. What is this? This is why I don't like some of the events. It's because, what are you talking about? Some lines just don't need to exist. You're stalling the real point of the event. It took us, what, 8 cutscenes to get to the city? And then we're in the city and there's just a whole lot of bloating. Cut your dialogue, man.
What do you think about Junang's words? Could that be asking the choir?
Jumping over a broken bridge is like jumping over a canyon or climbing over a mountain. It's a condition that cannot be met, like those merchants said.
An inevitable price?
Both of them fall silent, lost in thought. However, Besmirch's doubts do not seem to have fallen on deaf ears, as Jiunangzi responds while walking out from the
Are
tavern.
you talking about the broken bridge outside the city? Oh, I'm so sorry. The chairs in the lobby have not been cleaned yet. Please take a seat here just for now.
Oh, don't worry about it. Thank you for letting us stay here. As for the broken bridge we talked about, can you tell me more about it?
When I first got here, the bridge was already broken. Beneath that is a deep canyon. Across that canyon stands the Yuan Temple. You can't see it from the other side of the bridge. It's surrounded by fog. So, I'm not sure if there really is a temple there or not.
The Yuan Temple.
They say you can talk to Zhishu in the Yuan Temple. Be faithful and ask it. It will answer you. What did they call this? The divination, I think? They also said that the fog was strange. You can't stay there for long, or you'll pass out and get overexcited. Well, I haven't seen such things so far.
The Besmirch's just shocked.
But even so, people of that time still rushed there and prayed. Doesn't it mean that the divination is for real? After the bridge was broken, no one's wish was ever granted.
Seems odd. There was already a bridge in the first place. Why wouldn't people rebuild it in all these years?
Oh, I can answer this one. The river dried out. People couldn't swim across, and the cliffs between the mountains were too dangerous to jump over. But if one can be the new Shouri, the problem will be solved. The Shouris are awesome. They protect the city, help the people. There's nothing they can't do.
As she speaks, she sinks into her own personal contemplation.
Never mind. We'll check the striped horses in the Jesse again tomorrow.
Alright, I'll go with you. It's time to rest now. I got the rooms cleaned for you upstairs. And here, take the liquor with you. They can help you sleep tight. You got to have some.
Sorry, Miss Junangse. I don't drink. Neither does Madame Besmertz.
Why did you call me Miss twice? If you want some water, wait a second, please. The water jars are on the other side of the yard. I'll get it for you.
Oh, I can do it myself. You don't have to.
It's fine. There's no light near the jar. You need to cross the stream. I'm afraid you might get lost.
Thank you.
Once the girl's voice and figure are obscured by the night, Yenisei turns to look at Besmert. She seems puzzled, or perhaps just tired.
There were so many different striped horses in the Jesse. I couldn't recognize them at all. We are going to get up early tomorrow. Please, have some water and go to bed.
I'm not thirsty, thank you. But I do feel like some rest.
Okay, I'll take you to the room.
That can't be it, right? Surely. Okay. Woo! I mean, the girl returns from fetching water only to find Yenisei alone in the dark hallway. Looking around and not seeing Besmert, she walks over and naturally sits where Besmert sat earlier.
I didn't see you from there. I thought you went to sleep.
Oh, sorry. Madame Besmertz is tired, so thank you for helping us.
Don't bother. Here's the water.
As she takes up the ceramic cup, Yenisei is slightly surprised. In her mind, a material like this is one of two extremes, crudeness and finesse, one of handmade rough bowls used by the populace, and the latter of delicate treasures owned only by the rich nobles. Yet this cup is a combination of the two extremes. It is used by an ordinary tavern owner, but it is marked by a refined, tasteful aesthetic. She rubs the side of the cup with her fingers, gently brushing across the painted patterns, as if feeling a fine Proclean vase. Porcelain, my bad. Yeah, the cup.
What's wrong?
It looks expensive.
It's a gift I received. I don't know how much it costs, but it's delicate, isn't it?
Yes, it is delicate.
Yenisei feels compelled to rub the surface of the ceramic cup again, as though she cannot bear to part from it, and loses herself in thought.
The pattern is a lu shu, also a kind of xiangrui. See? It's majestic. The tail is like the sunset clouds. I really like it. I hope
Pretty
you
cute.
do too.
Majestic indeed. And it looks a bit like those striped horses in the Jesse. Both of them are similar to horses.
But people still think they're horses, don't they?
Sure they do. I think this species is native to Pei City. It's an interesting discovery and will help enrich our travel notes.
Jiunangzi lowers her head to look at the cup in her own hand. Yenisei can smell a fermented aroma emanating from within, like kvass, but without the sweet aroma of wheat. I hope Yenisei doesn't turn into a horse. Is it just me? Or is she looking down now? I was pretty sure she was looking at Yenisei.
She's in bed now. I can only drink it for her.
Your drink smells good. Is this the liquor that helps one sleep tight?
Not exactly. It's just unfiltered liquor.
Sounds like you have a lot of different kinds of liquor here.
Sure we do. There are a lot of different liquors. The unfiltered ones, the clear ones, the ones made of herbs, the fine ones, and on and on. Bedtime liquor is made of herbs with spine date seeds.
I thought liquor
she's
was
looking
just
back
liquor.
at Yenisei again.
At least there aren't so many types in my hometown.
Well, to be honest, I too have no idea why they are still liquor, though they have different names. If the color is the standard to classify them, then what am I when I'm wearing different colored clothes? Am I not 九娘子 anymore?
Shocked, Yenisei cannot help but break into a laugh. What am I saying? Seeing the other girl smile, Jiunangzi's eyes begin to sparkle. She nods and decides to go one step further and express her
That is
thoughts.
to say, if your teammates are turned into horses or other animals in different colors, are they not your teammates anymore?
They are. Of course.
Yenisei stops talking. This childish conversation might have caused her to erupt with laughter, but the weight of this situation is still acute, and her worries swell deep within her. The chirping of birds in the cold night gently blankets the sound of her anxious breathing.
I'm worried, actually. Well, maybe not just worried. I don't know.
Looks like you really miss your teammates.
Miss them? I won't use this word to describe my feeling. All I'm thinking is they were turned into animals because I gave them the wrong direction.
You're guilty.
What if they can't turn back to who they really are?
The frankness of her own inquiry unmasks the long unease Yenisei had been harboring since entering this strange city. After speaking, she holds her breath and controls the impulse to turn back and look towards Besmert. For a moment, she is no longer even sure where she is.
But I don't think that will happen. Things won't get any worse. There must be a way. I promise. Like the clouds turn colorful, pool water gets sweet like liquor. There are many signs of auspiciousness. They just need time. Think about it. What if the story about the Yuan Temple is real? Maybe there will be another way for you to recognize your teammates. Even if the Featherman is not a Xiangrui, there are other Xiangruis in the city, all in all.
Jiunangzi racks her brain to find another way to persuade Yenisei, but it is stopped by the other girl before she can begin. Despite the cultural differences between the two of them, Yenisei feels a surge of warmth from her brief, trembling words.
Thank you, miss. No. Junangse, I see what you mean. I really do.
Yenisei takes a deep breath and exhales both calm emotions and words together so that, like a light white smoke, they soon drift away.
Thank you.
It's nothing. I will definitely help you. Oh, here's some other spine date seeds. Drink the water, and I'll go make you a cup of tea with the seeds. It also helps you sleep.
Everything helps you sleep. Jiunangzi shoots up to immediately rummage around the bag beside her as she urges Yenisei to drain what is left in her cup. Yenisei drinks down all of the cold, sweet water and hands the still compelling cup back to her. She then watches Jiunangzi step into the porch and run back into the hall at a trot. She takes a long breath and turns to look at the arid night sky. It seems even in a strange city like this, she can enjoy the same bright moonlight as the steppes. I like that. I like characters emotionally bonding. Dancing dolls, down the first cup, then the second, and the third. Don't stop drinking! Oh boy, the consequences of drinking. I wonder if we will ever see them. The curtain of the night has already fallen, but even after drinking another cup of tea promised to induce drowsiness, Yenisei finds that sleep evades her. In theory, some so heavily fatigued should fall fast asleep the very moment the opportunity presents itself, but not for her. On the contrary, her mind, so sick with worries, seems to run faster now than ever in the stillness of night. She stands up, steps away from the couch, and treads lightly down the stairs. Unwelcome in even her own dreams, she wanders around without direction.
The yard, go downstairs, and through the main hall.
Groping around for the railing in the darkness, she walks up and then down the steps. One step, another step. As she descends, a rushing sound envelops her in the darkness like an inedible point that demands her whole focus.
What's that sound?
I'll tell you what that is.
Where does it come from?
I love you. Woof, 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 woof. Ay, ay, ay.
Who is it? Someone's
They're actually singing the damn thing. Without realizing it, she departs the second floor and follows the sound into the spacious hall of the tavern. With the cascading moonlight and melodious singing, the scene laid out before her is one that defies description.
What?
The striped horses. How come they are glowing? What on earth is happening?
Agreed.
Боже мой.
Man, that sound is ruining my brain. Please, make it shut up. Make it shut up. Oh my. With its red eye, can't even read. The singing continues, almost freezing Anise in place. She turns around sharply, trying to escape the sound, only to realize that she has already been surrounded by the group of wooden dolls who were in her cup earlier.
Are they asking me to drink? Junangze, where are you? Is she?
Now the wooden dolls, originally submerged in the stream in the courtyard, have begun to climb up the bank. They surround her, spinning, singing, and contorting, with bodies clearly possessing a flexibility beyond what wood should possess. Using this odd flexibility, they repeatedly lift their full cups towards Yenisei.
No.
This invitation, perhaps initially hospitable, turns increasingly creepy in the dark night. This is why you don't drink water! Making a choice now requires next to no thought. Yenisei jumps out from their enclosure and runs towards the other end of the yard, towards the water jar. Fortunately, she clearly remembered the location pointed out by Gio Nangsi.
I can't go back to my room. Need to lead them away.
The wooden dolls still sing happily as if they are only playing a game of tag. So we're gonna fight the dolls. Yup. Wow, I wonder why. You can change to a different type of blessing as needed. Oh, my bad.
Anyone offer your seat to the senior?
They're much bigger than I imagined them. Buff mark. Loses 1 stack when attacked at the end of the round. At the start of the round. Applies buffs or debuffs based on the number of stacks owned. Well, I mean, I guess we might as well just AoE them then.
Easy. Oh? Hey.
We just want to kill the big enemy. They do no damage because it's still early. Well,
Can't take it. You handle it gently.
this is a little overkill, but hey, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do.
Only 3,000 paper dons.
Never mind, it's not enough.
Only 3,000 paper dons.
Oh man. Boom,
Take
boom.
it easy.
And there's that.
Pride goes before the fall. I've been there. You better take it.
The wooden doll stage a disorganized defensive with a piercing song that twists Yenisei's perception of her surroundings. She can only stand by the water jar, in a constant retreat, consciously nearing a dead end.
No, can't stop here. I must go further. Come here, this way.
The wooden figures have no ears, so it seems unlikely they hear or understand her. Nonetheless, they are lured in, leaping forward with strange enthusiasm, never tiring, just like those cups, always lifted high, constantly spilling and overflowing, my bad. It seems these crude wooden creatures are quick to be alert to sudden interlopers. They immediately stop their siege of Yenisei and abruptly turn towards the tall trees in the courtyard.
Huh? Where are they going?
Man, I hate dolls. No matter what story, I just hate dolls. The coercive rhythm plays heavier and faster than before as they jump a few more hops towards the bottom of the tree. Well, hello there, sir. A wand of bone flies out from the darkness, scattering liquor and shattering the wooden figures into pieces. Serenity comes back to the scene, the end coming as swiftly as its
They are
beginning.
conjured so feebly.
Who is it?
Yeah, I wonder who it is. It's the guy, man. Ma'am, it's the guy.
It's you.
You! The Featherman who stole our horses!
Your horses, not even your teammates anymore.
No matter. You're leaving with me.
Leave me alone! What is going on?
You drank
Silence.
water.
It's dangerous here, and words are no help to us.
You drank the water, Yenisei. Without hesitation, the giant bird grabs Yenisei's arms quickly, lifting her up and away from the courtyard. Her struggle proves futile in the howling wind. The sound of flapping wings, punctuated by the shrieking girl, gradually fades in the distance, leaving only a disordered mess as evident in the courtyard. Poor Yenisei got abducted. Nice! What a way to keep the story going, I guess. In the morning, Jiyu Nangzi walks into the shambolic scene. A still intact wooden doll bounces around, gathering the remains of its kind into a ball.
What's going on? I told you to keep the house, not to tear it down. Be a good host. Offering a drink. Offer a drink to whom? Those two ladies should be soundly asleep upstairs. One was downstairs at night. Birdman with her. Birdman? You mean that Featherman? He had been here? What was he doing here? He's not even a Shouri, nor is he doing anything good. Do not offer a drink to him. If I were the one treating him, I would... He took one with him. Wait, what? Took whom with him? The Scarlet. The Brown took away the Scarlet.
Yeah, I can't with the doll, the voice, the filter. It's making my brain explode.
Brown? Scarlet? What color is that?
And I'm just getting the impression Jiyu Nangzi is either going to betray us or she is one of the dumbest characters I've ever seen. They're, like, how old is she? No, really, how old is she?
You're just confusing me. I'll make you one more mouse next time. What on earth are you talking about?
Jiyu Nangzi turns around to see Besmert fall over the threshold. She quickly approaches her skirt held up, and the wooden doll jumping up and down, hiding behind her.
Be careful. I'll help you.
Thank you so much. Where's Yenisei? Did you see her upstairs or in the yard?
Are you talking about your red-haired friend? Did she go out?
No, not very likely. She would have told me if she was going out. Or at least ask someone to pass on the message. Did you really not see her today?
Jiyu Nangzi racks her brain, her voice coming out serious and resolute. My bad, I am checking her age and I can't find it.
No. Not this morning, no.
The missing persons cases. Is this how they happened?
I don't know. Li Zheng didn't make it in time to tell me the details.
Besmert falls into silence. This is a loss that she finds difficult to accept.
I'm only saying, if this is another missing case, there must be a clue or two telling us what happened. Could you please look around and see if she left anything in the yard? She must have been taken from there, or I would have definitely heard the noises.
Besmert anxiously grasps Jiyu Nangzi's hands. Their hands are equally coarse, one pair exposed to age and sun, the other exposed to grueling work.
Stay calm. Let's go ask Li Zheng.
Wait,
What's wrong?
I sense an arcane energy. Someone cast a skill in the yard. Follow me.
Where are you going? You can't see. Just tell me. I'll take you there.
No, please follow me.
Besmert being a giga chat.
You're heading toward the water jar. I was here last night to get water.
It's somewhere close to the water jar. I sense it clearly.
Besmert wades through the steam and stops in front of the water jar. She crouches down to find something among the scattered leaves in front of her. A bone.
Is this a bone?
That makes sense. Li Jung told us that the Featherman uses a bone wand. Yenisei also saw something similar in that giant bird's hand when we faced him outside the city.
I knew it! Now we have the proof! We can...
No, it's not enough. And Yenisei is missing.
Why not enough? He left his bone wand, which means he was here before. And your friend is missing. Still not enough to prove his guilt?
But only Yenisei knows what the giant bird looks like. She also drew the picture of that bird. Without her, we cannot confirm that the Featherman and the giant bird are the same creature.
I don't understand. You're saying that even if we have his bone wand, we can't prove anything?
Exactly.
But I think you're overthinking.
Besmert raises her head slightly, conveying her confusion in unsubtle movements.
I mean, whether enough or not, it's not up to us, right? I know nothing about the law. It just doesn't feel right.
The girl's voice quiets down, giving rise to her own hesitation.
I'm just thinking we should do something because you are sad.
But Besmert already understands.
You have a point. Then, we...
Let's go to the Jitsu now. Li Zheng will be there today. He's supposed to tell me something about the Dushuo festival. Let's tell him what happened today. He will know what to do.
We're putting a lot of
Sure.
trust into him. They decide to head towards the Zhi. Besmert puts away the bone wand and follows Jiu Nangxi's footsteps carefully, one at a time. They leave the wooden doll standing in place as sentinel atop the rest of the debris. Well, thank you, Jiu Nangxi, for your dolls. They sure helped us. Get Yenisei abducted, that is. Well, I think I'm gonna end it here and resume pretty soon. I mean, 3 levels at a time, and we're not even halfway through. Actually, we kinda are halfway through-ish. It's 23 stages in total, so we're getting pretty close. 10 left. In any case, thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.